Hi there, it's David Young, the Resourceful Coach, and what we're going to talk a little bit about today is that golfer who's looking to break 90, and we're going to look at how to play a long par 3. We're here on the 17th hole at Corinthians. It's a hole, play off the white tees, we're looking around about 200 yards. So it's a good hole. And what's really important for me, what I've learned through my channel is I'm seeing a lot of golfers having success because they've lowered their expectation. And the data ideas that I've developed are here to help you to realize if you want to play to a certain level, what you actually need to do and what you need to physically do with your golf ball to get it round the golf course. And that's what we're looking for when we get you out on the course. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at a hole that's, as I said, 200 yards. If you are a golfer looking to break 90, we're going to look at, rather than just say, well, what's bogey golf? Let's see, what would a 14 handicap golfer do? And one of the things I've developed is my 12 shots of golf data works around all levels of player from scratch, 4 handicap, 8, 11, 14, 18, all different levels. So you can come to me for a lesson and we can go through that and explain what to do. But we're going to look at a 14 handicap golf today. What do I actually need to do to play to 14 handicap on a hole 200 yards long on average to keep playing to that level? And the data we're going to tell you, it's a hole that on average, if you played it 10 times, you would score on average 3.8. So let's sort of break that down. So 80% of the time you would make a 4, 20% of the time you would actually physically make a 3. So only 1 in 5 times you're going to make a par on this hole. And I think if you think about it, you're going to drop on average 14 shots. That sounds about right. So what we're going to do, we're going to play this hole, we're going to explain what you need to do, and it's really important that you get your mindset correct before you start the hole. I get people on 200-yard holes, if they don't hit the green, they get really upset. And I think even if you watch a tour player miss a green from 200 yards, it's the challenge now of the next shot. And that's what we all need to do as amateur golfers, take on board what's the challenge of the next shot to get the desired result we want. So you may be surprised when we hit the tee shot in a second, what would be a good shot. And we don't need to hit this green. That's all I'm going to say, but let's go and play that hole. So here on the tee, and just going to go through some of that data. And I think it's so important for me, before you start that hole, what do I need to do? We've talked about it's a 3.8 hole, but what would be average shots as I go down this hole? And I'm going to give you 2 things to think about here. Because it's a par 3, it's really where you are after 2 shots that's the most important number. We want to be approximately 10 feet away from the hole after 2 shots. That's the putt that you will hold on average about 20% of the time. That will give you 1 in 5 pars. If you're in that position, you will 80% of the time 2-putt it. Now, we have a shot before that. We have our tee shot. What would be an average shot from there? Well, we're looking to be around about 20 yards from the green, not from the flag. We're talking 20 yards short of the green, chip it up to 10 feet, 2-putt it, there's your 4. If you happen to 1-putt it, as I said, 20% of the time, you've achieved your goal, you're averaging your 3.8. All right, so that's what we're going to look at. That's what we're going to do as we play this hole. We're going to hit our tee shot down there. So I'm looking at a shot. I'd love to knock it on the green, but remember, we're looking at a 14 handicap golfer. If I can advance this 170, 180 yards down the hole, I'm doing everything I need to do. So flags down there, a little bit bright this morning. You can probably see the sunlight coming through the trees. Let's see if we can get it down there around about that distance. Okay, so we're nicely on line. If it makes the green, it's a bonus. But if we end up around about that 20 yards short, we're doing exactly what we're meant to do. And it's that mental side. This is what I'm getting. Golfers get that expectation in the right place. It's amazing the results they start to get. But let's go and see, have we ended up around about, even with 30, 40 yards away, we're still in a position, as I said, 80% of the time we're going to bogey this hole. So as long as I get it on the green inside 20 feet, 2-putt it, I'm doing what I've got to do. But let's go and see where that ended up. So really solid tee shot. We've ended up probably about 15 yards short of the green, which I said what we were looking for, around about 20 to 30 yards. Job done. I've got a straightforward shot. We've got a little bit of a dip that we're going to drop down into. If I was probably playing this in the summer, I'd putt it. Okay, but now we've got to winter time. We're coming into sort of December now in the UK. The ground is a little bit inconsistent. I mean, Corinthians here drains brilliantly. We sit on chalk. We never shut in the winter unless we've got snow. That's the only time we shut. We drain and never really get muddy. It's an amazing course. So I'm just going to take a little 8-iron. I'm just looking to pop the ball probably about halfway to the green, and then I'm going to use that slope to run down. But I've got in the back of my mind, what's my average shot? 10 feet. That's where I want to be. So a flag stick, roughly 6-7 feet tall. If I can get it around a flag stick length, I'm ahead of the game. If I'm around about 1.5 flag stick lengths, I'm doing what I'm meant to do. So again, the whole idea of this video, lower that expectation. What do I need to do to break 90? If I can consistently hit the tee shot here, and then 1 in 5 get this up and down, and the other 4 down in 3 from this position, I'm doing what I'm meant to do. That's the important thing. All right, let's see if we can be that. Maybe this might be that 20% chance today. So just a little 8-iron, just playing it back in my stance slightly. I'm just going to pop it forward. Let's see what we can do. Running down the slope. And I'd probably say I'm about a flag stick length. So I'm about 6-7 feet from the hole. Absolutely fine. So I'm a little bit ahead of the game. And what that's going to do now, roughly when you get inside that sort of 10 feet area, you're going to improve. Every couple of feet, you're going to improve that chance of holding it by about 10%. So where I've ended up now, I've probably gone from a 20% chance now to probably nearer a 30 to 40% chance, because I've played those 2 shots nicely. It's whether I can take advantage of that today. Let's go and finish the hole. Let's see if we can make that putt and get out of here with our 3. That would have gained us 0.8 of a shot if I do make the 3. But if I 2-putt it from where I am, it's pretty much what I'm meant to do. So we're onto the green. The key thing for me now, winter golf, mark your ball, mainly for one reason, clean it. Okay, if you're playing in the UK, well, anywhere in the world, and you get the conditions that we get, it's very, very easy. Greens are wet, dewy this morning. We had a little bit of early frost, that's all burnt through now. But your ball can easily get something on it. People don't bother to clean their ball, and then they don't hit a good putt. It starts wobbling all over the place. So clean your ball, that's the number one thing. Second thing, however you play, I know now we can leave the flag in. If you like to leave it in, leave it in. I get this distance. I'm used to having it out for years, so I tend to prefer it out. And just take your time. But remember, we were looking at a 3.8 hole. We've now, I'm just going to go through a little bit of data here, just so you understand what we're talking about. 14 handicap golfer, you're looking probably around about 4.5 feet is your 50-50 putt. You might be amazed at that number, okay? What I mean by that, you're going to hole half, you're going to miss half. We're getting to where we are here, 7-8 feet. This is about where a tour player will hole half. 8 feet is his number. So I get people that get so frustrated when they miss this putt. This is a putt, as a 14 handicap golfer, you're going to hole probably 25% of the time. Okay, 30% of the time. That's all you're going to do. So realize if that is the case, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. If you have 2 or 3 of these in a round, let's say you have 3 of them in a round, you hole 1, miss 2, you're doing what you're meant to do. Okay, let's see what we can do today. It's not a lot of movement on this green. I think if anything, it might just come from left lip. Let's see if we can be that 20% day, or are we going to be nearer the bigger average that we get on this hole. Oh, I thought it was going to drop in there. It didn't move. Probably would have just snuck in the front edge. A little bit of a winter putt there. Didn't really get it running. So I got my 4, and as a 14 handicap golfer, that's fine. Just think of the lack of pressure if you played that hole as a 14 handicap golfer the way I did. 15 yards short of the green, up to 7 feet, and around about a 3-inch tap in for my 4. If you do that every time, you're going to have success on the course. You will break 90. And what we will do in future videos, we'll start to look at other holes, par 4s, par 5s, how to do this. But it's training both your ability to hit the ball, but also get your mind in the right place so you're thinking clearly. That's the big thing for me. Clarity of thinking is everything. Okay? If you're standing over the ball and you're thinking, I've got to stick this 10 feet from the hole, you are putting so much pressure on yourself before you've even started the hole. A tour player would not put that 10 foot from the hole. Okay, might be if he's going to win the US Open or win a major or win that tournament that week, that's why he's winning. But from 200 yards, if he gets it around about 45 feet, he's doing what he's meant to do. And these are the best players in the world. So just put that in perspective. 45 feet for a tour player, 15 yards short of the green for a 14 handicap golfer. Okay, just think about that. Get that in the right place, you're making it so much better for yourself. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. As I said, what I'm noticing and the comments I'm getting from golfers, this is how they're starting to improve their golf, getting that expectation in the right place. And we will do a number of videos, lots of videos out there for single figure golfers. We're going to do a few now for a slightly higher handicap. So again, it allows everybody to think, oh, I can get to that. And you might get to this level and think, now can I get to the single figure? Okay, but look at both of the videos. The amount is quite small, what you've got to change, and it's not what you really think you've got to do to get to that high level that you're expecting. If you have enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, press that little bell. There's a bell there that gives you notifications. There's videos that go out every Tuesday and Friday, and I hopefully see you soon.